What's going on, guys? And welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm bringing you guys another, I was gonna say US 30 daily range, but today I'm actually going to be doing Nas 100's daily range because today I was actually able to catch a Nas 100 trade. So I think it's only fair that I mark up Nas 100 for the daily range. So let's get right on into it. So as you guys know, I have been trading Nas a little bit more lately because it has been working out, but I trade it the same way I trade everything else. So we're gonna start off. I'm marking up the previous day's high. Then we're going to mark up the previous day's low. As you can see, both the previous day's high and the previous day low both got ran, and there's a reason for that. This isn't something that happens very often, but keep in mind that the reason that this happened is because we had a big news event today, which was FOMC, which caused price to have this expansion to the downside. As you can see from here, this was at 2 o'clock. 14 is 2 o'clock. That is when the news aired, and that's when price started to just shit. So the previous day's high got ran and the previous day's low got ran. So we're going to keep that in mind. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to mark up that 12 a.m. open right here. Then I'm going to mark up the Asian session range, which is, that is not the, I don't know what the hell that is. All right, I'm going to do it myself. I don't know why it's like that. So we got the Asian session range right here, just like this. Going to make it orange. So what happened today? As you can see, we had this Asian session range right here, the 12 a.m. open, and then what happened? We had this low that was created during London session at 2 in the morning. I personally, this is what I thought was going to be the low of the day. I was anticipating, since yesterday was also bullish, I was going to anticipate that price was more than likely going to try to continue to the top side. And actually, I was right to an extent. And let me tell you guys why. So what did I do? Personally, when I was looking to take this trade to the top side, I was looking to the left. I saw that we had this breaker block right here. Just like this, we had this breaker block. As you can see, price traded into it. And right here is where I got in my trade at 9:30. And the reason I did is, for one, we were at this big figure level, which is 14,400. We have 14,400. Let me mark up 14,500 right here. 14,600 right here, because I'm just mark up all the ones that were actually used. We got 14,300 right here. We have 14,200. A few of them were used today, I'm not gonna lie. 14,000 all the way down here. Then we have 13,800. Did we tap into it? No, we didn't. So these are all the ones I'm going to use. And as you know, let me make sure they're all evened out, because my OCD will not let me leave it like that. So just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Like that. And like that. So these are all the big figure levels that did get traded into. As you can see, we made the high of the day up here, and we are currently making the low of the day as I speak right now. We are currently making the low of the day. And that is not something that tends to happen as often on these index pairs. So let me go back to when I was getting into this trade. So this trade that I was able to catch to the top side was basically, what did I do? I pulled this fib from this low, because this is the low that I was anticipating was going to be the low of the day. Why did I think this was going to be the low of the day? Because I was already bullish on this pair due to the previous day and due to the higher time frame. I pulled it from that low during London session to this high that it made during New York session, because we also traded into 14,500. And then from here, you see we had this 38.20% rejection. So that was one confirmation. Then we also had that rejection of 14,400 right here. This is, I'm going to write down this trade that I had took. Also, I'm going to annotate this. And I'm also going to just get rid of those, leave that to continuation. So we had from this low to this high, we had this 38.20% continuation. And then what did I also do? I drew the fib from this low from yesterday all the way to that same high. Was it the same high? From, where was it? It was another one. Hold on. Was it on the daily time frame? I'm trying to figure out. I had another confirmation for why I wanted to enter this trade. I drew it from this. Was it this high? Alright, nonetheless, I'm not sure where the other fib was, but we're just going to leave it at this. So we had this breaker block. We also had this false break scenario right in here. So let me zoom in, get even closer into this. So right here, this is the candle that I was able to catch. I was able to take profit after we cleared these highs right here. As you can see, price came, cleared this high and had that rejection, came down and had another push. but I was able to catch this up candle right here. Why? Because I saw that price came down, cleared these lows to the left at 9:30, traded into this breaker block, traded into the 38.20%, and then we started to push above 1400, and that's when I was able to get on the lower time frames right in here. And I was able to enter off of this bullish engulfing about right here, and then we retraced. I got in right here, and then I was able to take profit up there. But nonetheless, let's get into the overall what happened throughout the whole day. So this was a trade that did happen, but this wasn't the overall move that you would have wanted to catch. So what did happen after this? Get rid of all these. From here, we had this high that was made, the high of the day, that cleared all these, the previous day's high, cleared this high over here. We cleared multiple highs. So we cleared this high right here. Now I'm actually going to do it right over here. This high. We cleared this high at 2 o'clock, which was a news event. Cleared those highs. And then from here, we traded into 14,600. So we're going to put that. We have the high of the day at 2 p.m. I'm going to put FOMC just so I know that. So at 2 p.m. plus we traded into 14,600 big figure level. Also, we had a false break scenario. So I'm going to put false break. We had a false break scenario at a big figure level during a specific time of day on a news event, making the high of the day. So from here, what did price do? Price moved all the way to the downside. Doing what? It targeted these lows. Like I said, what do we know about lows and highs? There's liquidity below. We targeted this low. We came down, targeted the London session low right here. And then from here, we ended up targeting the previous day's low. So where we have this low of the day that's currently being made right now at 11 p.m. So 11 p.m. low of the day. Plus we cleared the previous day's low. And we also, is there a big figure level in here? We're at 13,900 plus 13,900 big figure level. And let me put that right here also. Just like that. We got 13,900 right here where we're making the low of the day after we cleared this previous day's low. So that's really what happened here. It was an overall bearish day, but pay attention. So even though there was a chance that we could have potentially had this London continuation move, it gave both scenarios. We would have been able to catch this expansion. So from here to here, we had this move here. I'm going to annotate it. So at 9:30, we traded into the 38.20%. Also, we traded into 14,400. Plus, we had a 15-minute breaker block. Also, we had the lower time frame false break. And we cleared the lows, and from here, price had this expansion to the top side. Doing what? It then targeted here, just like this. From here, it then targeted this high up here, and that's where I was able to get out that trade. So if you guys want to see that trade and when I actually took it, I have the live session that you guys can watch it. I'm pretty sure it is episode 77. It was a 101 pip move. But from here, that's the trade that I look to take. That's the trade that happened. So overall, now let's write the schematic on what happened. So let's do this. I'm going to draw it right in here. So what happened? Price consolidated during Asian session. London session came down, made a low, pushed higher, had a little pullback, pushed even higher, making the high of the day, and then from here, we had the full reversal in the trend. So overall, today was a good reversal day, good New York reversal. Even though it did give both signs of a London continuation and a New York reversal, it just shows you that you don't always have to pick one bias. Both can happen. They don't usually happen. This is a rare scenario, but at the end of the day, anything's possible, and this is just showing you literally that anything can happen. All your trade setups can happen. I could be looking at the market a certain way. Someone else could be looking at it a certain way, and we can both be having the same idea, same bias. But from here, we targeted this previous day's high. Right here, we target the previous day's high at 4:30 in the morning. So I'm going to write that down too. So at 4:30 a.m., we cleared the previous day's high. Just like that, we cleared the previous day's high. Here, let's move it like this. Cleared the previous day's high at right here at 430, we also traded into that 14,400 big figure level. And from here, we started to consolidate, had that retracement, retraced back into this breaker block. And then from here, this is where price had the expansion. Made the high of the day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at FOMC news. Made the new high, cleared this old high over here, traded into this 14,600 big figure level, had a false break, and then from here, what did price do? Came all the way down, targeted right here, and then you could have even potentially got a possible retracement, not retracement, possible reentry. So if you look at it like this now, if you pull your fib from this high, why this high? Because this is the last up candle before the down move. And why this low? Because this is the low that had the last down candle before this overall move that had its retracement. You can see right here, we had this 38.20% potential trade you could have been able to catch at 14,300. So that is also something you could put. So we had 14,300 plus 38.20% fib short. At what time? This was around 18. So this was around late I would say Asian session. So going into Asian session. So this is something that happened right here. So this is just showing you that you get many opportunities throughout the day to potentially get trades. Right here, you would have been able to potentially get this trade. And also pay attention to how it came right above the 12 a.m. open, give you a good opportunity to potentially sell. Because what do we know when we're overall bearish? When we're overall bearish, we would more than likely be wanting to sell above the open. And when we're bullish, we want to buy below. So here, you could have got a potential buy scenario. So if you even look to the left, get the Asian session, mark up, say, to 50%. Just like that. And if you pull it all the way over, look at that. Look at that. Clean, specific time. And also, if you pull your fib from here to this high, you might even potentially get that fib long scenario, which you do right here. I'm not going to leave that in there, but guys, you can see this clear as day. There's many opportunities every single day. So if you would have been looking to go long at this 50% of the Asian range, at the fib long, after we rejected 1400 and stayed above this fib, and we were holding above this 50%, and we were below the 12 a.m. open, you could have got this potential long scenario. But overall, this is what happened today on Nas100. Very similar to US30. US30 had a very similar move, as you can see, so there's no need to mark up both of them. But that's really it. So I did have this good trade today on Nas100, and I'm going to try to replicate these types of trades, but that's really it. So on that note, if you found it helpful, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you stay motivated by the fear of being average, and I will see you guys in the next video.